Generosity can be healthy. Supporting a partner can feel honorable, but neglecting your future to fund someone else's present is idiotic. One thing I'll never do is lie to you. Fellas, we need to have this conversation today because I see way too many of y'all suffering. And it is about how much money you should make before you start taking care of a woman, okay? And I know this needs to be had because the amount of men that I talk to who are married or in these long-term relationships that are suffering right now is honestly sad. And a lot of them believe that they are providers, but they didn't recognize that they actually became the sacrifice for someone else's well-being. And I don't want that to happen to any of y'all. So let's have an honest chat today about what do you need to have in place before you start taking care of a woman. And I know this might hit your ego just a little bit as a man, but this is honestly some really helpful advice I'm gonna give you all because I want you to have peace, happiness, and financial security in your future. So one of the first things we got to do is define what is considered taking care of a woman, okay? So let's talk about what it's not. You taking her out on dates. You randomly sending her a cash app for herself to grab lunch, okay? You showing up at her spot with a bottle of wine and some flowers. These things are not considered taking care of a woman. These are one-off little tasks that you will most likely be doing while you're courting the woman, while you're dating her, getting to know her, little cute stuff to be spontaneous. So this does not count. What is considered taking care of her is if first and foremost, if you start paying her bills. And this includes rent, her nails, her hair, her feet, her utility bills, her food bills. And what I mean is that like groceries to keep her refrigerator stocked. Like if you find yourself now sharing actual living expenses, then you have went too far. Way too many men end up in that situation without actually having their financial foundation in place. For a man, here's what it means to have your financial foundation in place. Do you have your own spot? Do you have your own car? If you make below $170,000 a year, is your Roth IRA set up and you are contributing to the max number every single year? Do you have a 401k, okay? And are you taking full advantage of the job match that your company is providing? Do you have a high yield savings account and you are contributing monthly, okay? If you're already at your number in that account, then that is huge. But for this video, a lot of people are not at that number, right? And also, are you consistently dipping in that? Because if you're consistently dipping in your high yield savings, then you still aren't where you need to be, okay? Do you have a personal budget that allows you to do the creative, fun things that you like to do, along with being able to spend on random things, okay? Do you have a travel budget set up for yourself? So this means you are just allocating a certain percentage of your money into that account, so that way when you want to travel and do things to broaden your horizon around the world, right? Are you out of credit card debt, okay? Because if you currently are walking around with balances each month, then clearly you're living outside of your means in some way, because no one wants to intentionally pay interest. That just doesn't even make any sense. And so that alone is your financial foundation. If all of those things aren't set currently, you are not in a position to take care of another adult. Now, for a lot of y'all, I know that hurt, but here's the truth. Generosity can be healthy. Supporting a partner can feel honorable, but neglecting your future to fund someone else's present is idiotic. And so to close this video out, the number financially that you need to make per year, and I'm gonna say it as if you are a W-2 employee, before you can take care of another adult is $180,000 a year, okay? Now, I know a lot of people, man, that's like the top 1%, bro, don't even blah, blah, blah. But listen to me, $180,000 in California, because that is where I live, brings you to $10,000 a month after tax. Like a little bit over it, but just barely, like 10,300, 10,400. And that is the only way that you'd actually make enough to take care of another adult. Because let's do it in real time. Your rent, $2,500, okay? You got a high yield savings account. Let's say you're sending 500 a month there, which you should be. So that's 500. You got your Roth IRA. I'm not even gonna let you max it. We're just gonna go 500 to keep the number simple because it can get up to 7,000 a year, okay? So that right there, now you're already at 3,500. And the reason why your rent's 2,500 is because you most likely are gonna need a 2-bedroom if you got a partner. So we're already at 2,500. Then we got our 401k maxing out for the year, right? So that costs 1,900 a month to max out. And so now there's another 2 grand gone. So you are currently at 4,500. And only thing we've talked about is your future, right? So we got your high yield savings set up, we got your Roth, and we got your 401k, which is lit. This is great, but only your rent. So now you got all your utilities and bills. What you want to just, let's go 500. Right? So what does that put us at, like 5 grand? And then we got our food on top of that. So let's just make food, my food bill's about 600. So if you add in another person, what are you all looking at? Probably $1,000 a month. So now you're currently at what, 6 grand? So that's leaving you with 4 grand left over. You have not went out on any dates yet. You've not planned any travel yet. Oh, we haven't even talked about her retirement, right? So are you gonna fund hers too? So now there's another 500 for the Roth IRA to make sure she has a good retirement set up. Then you got 500 for her high yield savings account. And then you got, oh my God, you're at 7 grand already. Now you got your, what? Let's just say you don't max her 401k, but then she needs personal spending, right? Because you're taking care of her. You're already at $8,000. So, I mean, what are you gonna give her, 500 a month to survive? And then what do you have to survive? So now let's just make that $1,000, 5, bro, you're at 9 grand. I think y'all get the point. You just can't afford it. And a lot of people say, oh, well, that's just living. No, none of the numbers I told you all were unrealistic. The thing is, a lot of people are ducking and dodging reality because they hate hearing real numbers. And I had to learn this on my own. The reason I currently am not taking care of another person is because to me, I do not make enough to do that. On paper, some people feel like, yes, you do. And I only gave you all a number that I just feel like will help you set yourself up for the future. I still humbly, deep in my soul, believe that 180 ain't enough to take care of another grown adult. Because as you see, once you're literally living to practically like set yourself up for success, but then have like $1,000 or $2,000 left over for you all to play with each month. That's still not really living when it's 2 humans. And then we haven't even added in if you have kids in the future, right? And I know people right now that only make 120 a year. They got a wife and a kid and they pay for everything. And they won't tell you all out loud, but they are suffering because 120,000 a year is only like 6 grand a month. And so you can't take care of 2 other people and yourself on only 6 grand a month. It's just not enough money. You feel me? And so that's another thing I hope you all take from this video is that the reason why so many people be like, yo, I need to make way more is this is why. Because a lot of you all might not even have known that 120 was only 6 grand a year. But if I had to give you all some numbers to always remember as a W-2 employee, for every 10,000 you make, that is another 500 a month. And so if you want to bring it down even more, for every 5,000 you make is another 250 a month, right? So if you are going from 80K to 100K, that means you are going up 20,000, but that also only means that you are making another $1,000 a month. So if you had decided to go get a car, that $1,000 is gone. Do you feel me? And so that's how fast money goes. Oh my God, I didn't even add car notes, by the way, into that billing. So I'm just pretending both y'all cars is paid off. So I'm sure you all get it now. And so overall, what I want you to take from this video is this is just the truth. This is just the reality. If you jump yourself into a situation with a woman and you start portraying a life to her that you know you can't afford to keep up with because taking care of 2 humans is really expensive, you are going to find yourself on the losing end of life in the long run. And then the worst part about it is, you all gotta remember, you swiping these credit cards, you using up your savings, you're spending every single dollar to keep her happy, and then she leaves your ass. And then guess what? The man who was sitting there building and taking care of herself, she goes and finds a man like him and she's set for life. You starting back at zero, people posting a little stuff on social media laughing about, hey, welcome to the gym, ha ha ha. And they got you back in the gym now at 45 trying to turn your life around when you should have been locked in and focused and not wasted your money on that so soon. And if you couldn't find a woman that wanted to build with you, she wasn't the one for you. All right, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see everybody at the top.